switch to sports mode. Hold it in the road. When you get so mad you can explode. Hold it in the road. Bro, just stay focused on your goal. Don't let them crack the mold. The finish line straight ahead, bro. Hold it in the road. When life switch to sports mode. Hold it in the road. When you get so mad you can explode. Hold it in the road. Bro, just stay focused on your goal. Don't let them crack the mold. The finish line straight ahead, bro. Hold it in the road.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Holding the Road with Mr. Gray Fox, Big Bad Harold. Today, we had the pleasure of sitting down with music recording artist Dell B. Dell Business, I like to call him. You know what I'm saying? What's happening, good brother?
Hey, I'm chilling, blessed, man. Glad to be in the building with y'all.
That's what's
no
up.
Doubt.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Getting right into it. The show for the championship game.
Frenchtown Rising.
Frenchtown Rising. There we go. How did that go?
It went well, man. I had a good time. Of course, we had a bit of rain, so it kept some of the crowd in. But those that came out, I think they enjoyed it. I had a good time. Anytime I hit that stage, I'm feeling good. So I'd say it went well.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
No doubt.
Now, I got to ask this question. Now, we can't give you the question that we give rappers, right?
Okay.
Top 5 R&B artists.
Wow. Top 5 R&B artists. Okay, well, number one is gonna be R. Kelly. Okay,
Ooh, man.
So I know that's controversial, but all of his misgivings aside, we talking about straight music.
I feel you, bro.
I'm gonna have to. He's the king to me.
Oh yeah,
of R&B.
Hey, you'll get no pushback from
Right.
me.
Okay.
When you're talking about
We talking about music now.
Right. Okay. So that's numero uno.
That's numero uno, man. I learned a lot from him in the writing process and production. Number 2, I'm gonna have to give it to Bobby Brown.
Okay.
I think prior to R. Kelly coming along, Bobby Brown really was the man in R&B. People don't really put him up there.
Yeah.
The brother was packing out
He was
shows.
that dude. Oh yeah.
Next to Michael Jackson, he was packing out shows all in Japan, and his music was top tier. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People forget he had Babyface writing and producing. Man, he had a sound. So I put him at number 2. So we got R. Kelly, Bobby Brown. Number 3, I have to say probably that's tough. But I like The Dream.
Okay.
Y'all know The Dream.
Come
okay,
on, bro.
I shouldn't even ask that. But, okay, so The Dream, he's top tier to me. Writing, production.
His beats, his production is off the chain.
Yeah, and just, you know what I'm saying? He's written for so many artists on the low that, people, I don't even know if people realize all the things that he's done. Plus, I just like his music, how he puts things together. So he would be number 3. Number 4, right now, I'd have to say probably Chris Brown.
Okay.
Chris Brown. The boy Breezy is a workaholic.
Yeah.
He's putting out records, writing for other people. And I really respect that. The production, the writing, the arranging, and his body of work is impressive. It's impressive. And lastly, number 5. I haven't thought. This is off the top, so I'm having to think about it. Number 5, I'll say Keith Sweat.
Okay.
Keith Sweat.
Yeah.
He probably could have been higher on the list, but Keith Sweat is my guy.
Yeah.
And again, writing, arranging. We all know Keith Sweat is a legend.
Yeah.
So that'll be my top 5.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
No doubt.
Now, just to touch on Bobby Brown, like I say, man, a lot of people don't remember Bobby Brown was that dude.
He was.
I seen Bobby Brown at the height of his stardom right here at the Tallahassee Civic Center.
Okay.
That's when he was, that Ronnie.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
That's what I'm
man,
saying,
great
man.
performance, man.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what? A lot of people that you just mentioned are not only they great singers,
right,
but they great performers.
Great performers.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
And when you mention The Dream, like you say, those beats that he be making is
Right.
just off the chain. And a lot of artists really don't. It seemed like they just skip over that beat.
Yeah.
You know, some of these beats are just, you know, they just as iconic as the lyrics.
Exactly.
Now, good lyrics don't need a beat. But at the same way with that beat stand alone, man, you could drop some of that stuff from the Dream, some of the stuff he's produced. Any artist you just mentioned.
Right.
You drop that beat, you already know what it is.
That's what I'm trying to say, man. And I respect that a lot. So, yeah. And my boy Bobby, just to touch back on him since you mentioned him, people don't, I really feel like if he would have kept going with Babyface, he would have had more hit albums. And you know, I don't want to get off your subject, but I used to have this discussion with one of my homeboys. I feel like you should always stick with that core producer that has your sound. Just like Michael Jackson, he got away from Quincy Jones. Quincy produced Off the Wall and Thriller, his top-selling albums. And then he went to Teddy for the Dangerous album, which was still top tier now, but I feel like he should have kept some of that Quincy Jones in there because it was his sound, but you know, that's just from my mind.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Now, describe Dell B's sound with all those ingredients that you just, all those influences.
Right.
What's Dell B's sound? How would you describe your sound?
My sound, I'm a big 90s R&B fan, right? The whole feeling, the whole vibe from the 90s music is what I love. So I'm heavily influenced by that. I try to incorporate some of today's sounds in my music, but my core writing process is going to be that R. Kelly-ish, Bobby Brown-ish, Troop. You know what I'm saying? I incorporate those sounds because the music feels better. When I'm doing shows, when I perform, you know, I really like the feedback from the ladies, right?
Oh, okay.
Because the ladies really, to me, determine if that R&B feels good.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the guys, they're gonna rock.
Right.
We're gonna rock with what the ladies like.
Oh, yeah.
So if I can make a hit that the ladies can ride to, the fellas follow right along. And then, like I said, that 90s core sound, we as fellas used to like to ride to that.
Yeah.
You know, bass heavy. You could play it in the club almost, you know. So that's my sound. A little sprinkle of different artists, but it's going to have that bass that the fellas can ride to and that vibe that the ladies really like.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
that's
man.
what's up. Now, do you write your own?
Yes, I do. I do write. I do collab with other writers too. A lot of the songs on some of my upcoming projects, they're gonna be collabs. I had one core writer. Shout out to A. Daniels. You know, we wrote a lot of songs on my upcoming project together, and then I'm open for collabs. But I do write. I collab with other writers, and I love that whole writing process.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what's up. Now, let me ask you this. What's your favorite song to cover that you know that you can just knock it out the park, man? You know what I mean?
Wow. A cover song. I got a couple songs off that TP2, Back to R. Kelly. But off the TP2 album, let's see. Don't Say No. I don't know if y'all remember that one.
Man, come on. Man.
Yeah, I got to stop trying, y'all.
Yeah,
okay. Okay, my bad.
Look at that.
But
Mr. Gray Fox, come on, man.
No doubt. Yeah, Don't You Say No off there. That's probably my favorite one to cover. Don't Say No. I love that. That's well written. That beat. I've covered that with a live band before, so yeah, that's probably my favorite.
Now let's take it back for a minute.
Okay.
What got you into, you know, music? You know, we talked about your influences and all that.
Yeah.
But you know, what made you say, hey, look here, man, you know, I wanna pursue this music thing, you know what I mean?
Okay. That's a good question. So music, I guess my first real opening to music was the church.
The church?
Yeah. I played the drums right here locally at New Mount Zion, AME for years. And that's where I grew up. But the feeling of that music, the organ, the piano, all of that gave me a love for music. As far as attempting to pursue music, came sometime in high school. I used to be in a group, a three-man group called Innate. Shout out to my boy Omar and Marco. We used to sing around school. Everything from shy boys to men, just harmonizing, playing around. And, the school, a lot of people at the school kind of gravitated towards it. And then, we kind of talked about, well, what if we try it as a group, this and that, and we eventually did. So we did a lot of shows around town. We did a lot of shows at churches because we hadn't really decided if we were going to do R&B or gospel. We started doing some shows out of town. And from that, things transpired. Me and my homeboys are still good friends to this day, but I kind of broke off, started doing the solo thing. And, it's been up from there. Yeah.
Right. Some of the challenges of, the music industry, pursuing this career. So what are some of the challenges that you face, whether it be, finding a good manager, support team, you know what I mean, exposure? What are some of the challenges that you've faced since you've been pursuing this?
I would say the number one challenge, just to be transparent, is myself.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I say that to say, when you're an artist, you have to truly believe that you can do whatever you set out to do.
Right.
So one of the challenges is when you're facing adversity, and I say adversity because radio can be an adverse challenge to get over. There's so many artists out there, and a lot of us are trying to get on the radio, trying to get our music heard, and get out there just in general, build our brand and our platform. Once you have a plan, you got to stick to it, and you have to execute that plan. So I would say the number one challenge is just me getting over the adversity and charging forward. I would say other than that, man, I think some challenges are always capital, money to support your brand and what you're trying to do. Touring, all that stuff, is cost involved. And then the other thing too is political out here when you're talking about radio, getting on the radio, and making things happen. So I would say it's a culmination of things, but number one is I just need to keep pressing forward because everything is opening up. Everything is happening like I thought it would be. I'm manifesting, great things, and they're coming to fruition, all from shows to people recognizing that the music is good to radio play. It's all starting to happen just like I've needed it to. So
that's what's up. That's what's up. All right, next question I got for you, good brother.
Okay.
What does it take to be a good performer, entertainer? What does it take?
That's a good question too. I would say the number one thing is confidence. Confidence is major. Stepping on a stage, whether you
cut them lights on,
right? Them lights on. You can't let that performance be bigger than you.
Intimidate.
You are the performer. You are the entertainment.
Yes.
So the number one thing is confidence. I'm not a rapper, but you know what I'm saying. I respect the rap game. But it's a difference when you're walking around singing as far as breath control, being in shape to be able to move and hold those tones and make it sound good. All of that matters. So as a singer, practicing, being in that shed, working on things and coming out there confident enough that your sound sounds good and that you sound good is important because the crowd, they can respond to you or not, but you got to keep going. I love it when the crowd responds, but sometimes they'll just be looking at you with a straight face. Whether they might be loving it, but they're just looking at you serious, like they watching a movie, and you just got to keep going. That confidence is major. Yeah,
especially that first time. If people don't know you, and be like, okay, now this dude here off the chain. You know what I'm saying? So I can't get off. And get into my element, get into my zone because I want to pay attention to what this person doing. Yeah, so I feel that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. I tell you, I've noticed a lot of artists, they'll they'll skip over certain parts of being a performer, being an entertainer, like you say. You get up on stage and you run out of breath.
Right.
You get up on stage and you forget your lyrics.
It can happen.
You know, you get up on stage and you just, like I say, once them lights hit,
Right.
you know, you intimidating, and hey, them beads of sweat start coming, you know what I mean? Hey, your shirt start getting wet, you know what I mean?
That's real, man. It all happens out there.
Oh,
it happens, man.
Yeah. And you know, hey, one of them, it turned from a dream to a nightmare.
It can happen.
You know what I mean?
It can happen, man. Even as far as production issues, the microphone and you know, being there to do your warm up, you know, getting your mic and all that set up. It's a job. You know what I'm saying? It's entertaining, it's fun. I love it, but it is something that you need to be on point with.
Who's making the best beats out there? You know, I talked about the music influence, you know what I'm saying, as far as the lyrics go. But who right now is making the best beats that Dell B, Dell Business will want to get with and say, man, look here, bro, I got to work with you.
R&B wise, man, it's a lot of cats. And to be honest, I'm not so much in the loop of the producers that's making music on the mainstream. It's a lot of cats right here in town that's producing heavy. I want to give a shout out to my homeboy Lynate, L.A. He's a artist from Tallahassee, and my homeboy Quincy. They're both writers and producers right here in town. Those cats are making some major beats. They both got their own studios, so I want to give a shout out to them. One of my personal producers that I work with a lot, a cat named Double D. Shout out to Double. He's a rapper. He's from the area too. All of these gentlemen are fire to me. Let's see who else locally. My homeboy from the Nappy Heads, and I don't want to forget his name. I got some beats from him right now. Let me see.
Yeah, don't forget nobody now, man.
Right.
Why you holler at me, man?
Right. What's my homeboy? Who is that in all that black? Severe. Yeah, I almost forgot him. Lil Chris, that's what they call him. But Severe, he's a fire producer as well. And lastly, my homeboy, he got a company called Nasty Beats, or Beats Nasty rather. And he goes by Blunt, Gerald Blunt. He's a great producer as well. So I've been focused on that, the producers in the area. But again, those beats by somebody like The Dream, I'm really into those too. Chris Brown, he producing heavy as well. So yeah, man. There's a lot of Tallahassee has a lot of talent.
Oh yeah.
People in other areas, I could think they kind of sometimes they be sleep on us, but there's a lot of talent here. A lot of great studios, and shout out to Kevin Sargent too, Dr. Sargent's son from the Marching 100. Great engineer right here in town. It's a lot of people that are putting in that work that you can go to. It's a lot of great studios that I'm probably forgetting to mention, but shout out to those cats, man. It's so much room for all of us to make money and work together and collab. I'm just waiting on that time frame to work with all them brothers.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Any upcoming projects you want to mention?
Right now, I am working on an album. I don't even have it titled yet, but I'm just in the studio recording hooks. I'm recording full songs. I'm working on some songs for some other artists because I'm writing for them, also arranging for some artists here in town. I don't want to mention any names yet till these projects come to fruition, but as far as myself, I do have a single out right now called Addicted to Your Love, written by myself and goodness gracious, that's Mr. A. Daniels, and he's also featured on the song, produced by my homeboy Double D. That's out on all streaming platforms, Addicted to Your Love by Dell B. I got another single I'm pushing called You. That's also written by the same team, Mr. A. Daniels, and produced by Double D. And we got a bunch of projects or songs together, but those are the two singles I'm pushing, and I got Man, I got like 100 songs in the bank, man. Just waiting to come out, seeing which way I'm gonna go with them. But right now it's the singles. I'm working on singles, and I'm gonna put it together for a project when the time is right.
That's what's up. Benefits of being signed, benefits of being independent.
Benefits of being signed. Major labels are a machine. They can assist you in ways with capital and putting you on platforms that typically the independent artists can't do by themselves unless they've got a lot of funds. I would say it's a money-driven game. It's about who you know, but being on a major label, it's a machine. It's a well-oiled machine that can push you, but they want their cut. They want their cut of you, they want their cut of your brand, whatever you're doing, and that's one of the cons to it. The pros are that you don't really need any assistance once you're on a label. So now, as far as the benefits of being an independent artist, you just have freedom.
Right.
You have the freedom to move how you want to do, do shows how you want to do. There's no real rules to being an independent artist other than the ones you make for yourself. There's no boundaries. There's no ceiling. Putting in a lot of work can get you right past what a major label could do, to be honest. There's a lot of independent artists right now that aren't even on major platforms. Well, I say their music is on major platforms, but you might not know about them. Rappers and singers touring within their own state, touring within 3 or 4 states, making a lot of money to feed their family and doing well. It all depends on what you're trying to do. If you're trying to be heard all over the world, you need to probably go that major label route. But if you want a niche group that's following you, that supports you, that knows you, you might want to go that independent route. I love the independent route. I would, I'm open to the labels, joining with my team and what we're already doing. Shout out to Alkon Entertainment.
Chico Dusty.
Right. Shout out to Alkon, Chico Dusty, and also my own group, Capital City Music. And I'm willing to join up, definitely, because like I said, that major label is some support that, as long as the business is right.
Right.
On the other hand, I'm loving the independent route because there's no rules and we're making major moves right now.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
That's what's
man.
up. You basically answered my next question, because I was going to ask, of the two, which one would you choose if it was within your power?
Yeah, I would stay independent, but distribution, you're gonna have to, if you're trying to get distributed throughout the states, throughout the world, you're gonna have to team up with a major company, and that's something that I'm open to, definitely.
Well, I thought social media was supposed to be the game changer for all that. Because, ain't nobody like buying vinyls and, and
Right.
Cassette tapes like they used to,
That's
back in the day.
That's very true. But again, that machine of a major label can tap you into some of those platforms in ways that you can't, just based on their connections, based on their reach. They have a hand in all of it. Of course, all of the platforms, your Spotify, all of your major streaming platforms, man. Those labels can tap you in a way that you can't. Not at least not at first, until people really, really know you. Yeah.
I think the major labels understand the science of music, and that repetitiveness. That's why you hear the same songs on the radio over and over and over again. And of course, they got control of all of the academies and the Grammys and all that, and they can say, hey, look here, we can take, I hate to keep punching on it, but we can take a Sexy Red and make her a
household
a platinum selling artist, household name. Yeah, so that is the power of that machine. But I think as far as being independent, like you say, I would choose that freedom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because hey, as we're seeing right now in real time, that all money ain't good money, and you can wind up at one of these parties that they've been having, like one of these Diddy parties, you know what I'm saying? And you walk into a setup.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Be like, hey, man, why don't you go and take all of that off. You understand what I'm saying?
You never know, man. You never know.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. You know what I mean? All right, Dell Business.
Okay.
I'm finna hit you with a curveball. You ready?
Let's go.
Is money power?
That's a good question. Is money power? I believe that depends on the individual.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that everybody sees money in a different light. Mm. Money can be power. For me personally, it can give you the power to do some things that you probably couldn't have before without it. And I don't want to skip over your question. So yes, I would say that money is a power, but it's empowered by the person that has it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a unique perspective. That's one that we ain't heard before. All right. Now we're gonna ask you a hot topic.
Okay.
Is Diddy gonna wind up in jail?
Man, you know what? If Mr. Cosby can wind up in jail, Diddy can definitely wind up in jail.
Yeah. I just heard some allegations today about the guy from Crisscross. They threw Jermaine Dupri up in there with him. Jermaine Dupri and Diddy.
Wow.
You know what I mean? I just tagged you in that, Harold. But yeah, you get all of this success.
Right.
And some man want to lay down with you. I think my career over, bro.
It would have to be if that's what it takes, you know. That's what it takes, and I've heard so many stories. I have some friends and producers that are actively producing for major artists, and they've told me some things they've experienced, from everything from drugs to propositions, sexually, you know, and it's some darkness within that industry.
Right.
You always have to be the light shining within you in that darkness. I truly believe in any situation, just, because there's a lot of industries that have darkness in them, but it's about you. What do you bring to the table? You know what I'm saying? Are you going to be compromised? I think that lane of independence or being an independent artist gives you some of that freedom to say, hey, no.
Right.
I don't need to do that. I'm going to stay over here.
Yeah, I'm about to dip, bro.
Right. And I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. This goes back to that question you just asked. Is money your power? What is your power?
Right.
When you come into these situations, is the money the only thing that makes you decide yes or no? The morals, the values, divinity, I think that's you are who you are before you ever step foot in that industry.
Outstanding. Now, since you hit those two curveballs that I just threw you, you struck them pretty good. I'm gonna ask you one more.
All right.
Let's say you mayor, you got complete control, and you want to deal with the violence that's in the city,
right?
And you can set a blueprint for the rest of the nation to follow. What would that be, bro? What would you do?
Dealing with violence.
Dealing with violence, gun violence. You know what I mean? Yeah. Gun violence in particular, because that's what, affects us the most.
Yeah.
We basically got people that become successful and fund wars in our own community.
Very
you know what
true.
I mean? You make all of this money, and the first thing you want to do is come back and terrorize the community instead of building the community. So if you were mayor of a city and you can set the blueprint,
right,
what would you do?
Wow, that's a powerful question, bro. Well, I'll say this. A lot of people believe that money is the root of all evil, right? I'm of the belief that the lack of money is the root of all evil. People are taking other people's lives and doing evil things in the streets due to lack, because they want, or because somebody has and they want to go get it, or the jealousy, or just mental disorders. It's a lot going on out there. I guess I would try to empower the city or whatever town I was over, to empower the homeless, to empower those that are less fortunate. They need money. They need resources. They need to be able to, work or earn just as others earn. So I would have to level the playing field in some way where the poverty levels come up and I should say go down. The poverty levels would have to decrease to stop that gun violence. That's what I believe. And there's ways that can be done. I don't have the exact answers for that. I guess I'd have to go with my team and find a way to figure that out. But it would be improving the money for the city and for those who are on the levels of poverty or middle class, because like all of us know, there's a lot of things we probably thought of, due to the lack of money that we didn't do or did do that could have got us jail time, or, just being real. So you would have to improve the funds that the lower class is receiving.
Dell B, Dell Business.
Yes, sir.
How can people get in contact with you? How can people hear your music? Anybody want to work with you? How can they do that?
Okay, so I am Dell B, D-E-L-L-B, period. Of course, that B stands for business, but if you Google me, it's Dell B. My music is on all streaming platforms. If you type in Dell B, make sure you look for Addicted to Your Love. That's Addicted, the number 2, Y-A, Love, L-U-V. Look for that on the streaming platforms. Then I'm on Facebook as Dell B, D-E-L-L-B. I'm on Instagram as Dell B _sings, S-I-N-G-Z. Look for me on there. And other than that, definitely be looking for me doing shows in your city soon. Because we're working, and I got new music coming. Also, it's a video for Addicted to Your Love on YouTube. Make sure you check that out. I think I've covered all the bases, man. Dell B.
Dell B, brother, we appreciate you sitting down and taking the time, man.
No doubt. I appreciate the opportunity, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Oh, yeah. Hey, continued success, good brother.
No doubt. No doubt.
Till the next time out there, everybody, y'all live right, play fair. Holla at us.
When life switch to sports mode, hold it in the road. When you get so mad you can explode, hold it in the road. Bro, just stay focused on your goal. Don't let them crack the mold. The finish line straight ahead, bro. Hold it in the road. Bullets with a badge, or never get a pass. We can see straight through your mask. You made a glass, homie. Just think before you do the dash, cause it might be your last. Lay you in that grass, face down. You should've put your hands up. I promise you the Retta got them handcuffs. Look, we need to change our recreation. Let's focus on some education. How about let's fight for our reparations? How about let's teach our next generation? Big Bad Harold, Mr. Gray Fox. Let's give them motivation. When life switch to sports mode, hold it in the road. When you get so mad you can explode, hold it in the road. Bro, just stay focused on your goal. Don't let them crack the mold. The finish line straight ahead, bro. Hold it in the road. When life switch to sports mode, hold it in the road. When you get so mad you can explode, hold it in the road. Bro, just stay focused on your goal. Don't let them crack the mold.